Consumers' passion for healthy, fresh, on-the-go foods just keeps growing, even ushering in novelties like pre-packaged hemp salads and more. Joining us now to discuss the future of fresh and fast is Ready Pack Foods CEO Tony Sarsam. Tony, welcome. It's great to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
So how have consumers' tastes changed over the past 10 years?
Great question. Consumers the last 10 years and even longer than that perhaps have been looking for foods in really kind of four macro trend areas. Including foods that are convenient, foods that are healthy, foods that have probably a little bit of indulgence, and foods that frankly save them a little bit of money. While those trends have existed for a while, we believe that what's going on now is there's an increasing focus on getting foods that can combine all those things.
Right.
And particularly with younger consumers and millennials, that focus on fresh and healthy lifestyles and eating has become very prominent.
And fast. What about convenience? Do they want it to be ready to go?
Absolutely. And that has actually had an element of revolutionizing, in particularly fresh produce, where you're looking for expressions of foods that can be used very quickly, but also provide all those fresh attributes.
So does that mean sort of the outer aisles of the supermarket are more heavily trafficked these days? The produce, the meat, the dairy?
Yes, and they have been for a while, and the growth in the perimeter of the store is actually well outstripping the middle of the store and continuing to grow.
Interesting. And is that where your products are placed?
Typically, yeah.
Typically.
Yeah.
So tell us about some of the new, exciting, and interesting ingredients like hemp that are showing up in packaged
All right.
food.
Wow. There's a great many. So a couple of trend items. One, people are looking for plant-based proteins. Proteins become prominent now. Plant-based is taking on a lot of significance. So things like legumes, nuts, whole grains. I have a salad here, the organic Bistro Powerhouse grains that includes whole berry wheat as well as almonds and quinoa. And that one serving has 6 grams of plant-based protein.
Wow.
So that's a big element. Another one, as you mentioned, those nutrient-dense superfoods. So things like kale, like blueberries, and like hemp. We actually launched a couple of hemp products.
Tell us about hemp. I don't know anything about the nutritional, ingredients in hemp. Is hemp like kale? It has a very high antioxidant.
Yeah, very similar, and particularly high on omega-3.
Okay.
So really high in that area.
Okay, interesting. And so where are you seeing the most growth in sort of these interesting, maybe more exotic packaged foods, or the classic, caramel, apple, and crisp, something a little sweet?
Well, we're seeing it in both areas. I think what people are seeking a lot of variety, and so our focus, particularly on Bistro Bowl, is to get restaurant-inspired recipes, then allow people to explore really indulgent flavors while getting all those health benefits.
And looking forward, where do you see these trends going?
I think they're continuing to grow, and they've been growing over the last few years. We see a lot of growth going forward. We are right now developing a new platform of products that put more of those nutrient-dense superfoods into some premium salads, and we're rolling those out in the fall.
All right, Tony Sarsam, thank you so much for coming by to talk to us.
Thank you. Pleasure.